leadership of the House and the leadership of the Senate, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do, because somehow people in November decided they should be Republicans, and I'm sorry to say that happened, but in any case, I'm sure we'll be able to make something up. One of the other things that people should understand about the governor is that I think within the first or second day that he became governor, he issued an executive order directing all department heads that they would not say anything to anybody that was not cleared by his office. And nobody wants to talk. You go into the State House, nobody really wants to say anything.
I was at a meeting in Lewiston with our legislators, and there was a person sitting around the table who is a state employee, and she was told by Baldacci she's not allowed to speak. My mom sometimes said, but she was told by LePage that she's not allowed to speak to media at all about her concerns about the changes.
Their job,
yeah, her job is a state.
When Ed mentioned earlier in his remarks that the fire marshal was not allowed to testify on the fireworks thing, that was because Tony Marple, who was the director of Maine Care, which is Medicaid in the state of Maine, he testified before the Appropriations Committee a month ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I forget when it was, and he told the Appropriations Committee exactly what was going on in Maine Care. Now, Tony has been running that since, I don't know, at least before, maybe before Governor Baldacci became governor, I don't know, but about that time. And he's been doing an excellent job. Now, Maine Care we spend a ton of money on, but he's been keeping the prices down, he's been keeping the budget in order, and he told the Appropriations Committee his plan to do that. Plus, Maine Care is adopting a managed care system in order to control costs. A day after he gave that presentation to the Appropriations Committee, he was fired. He's gone. Well, he wasn't fired too long. He didn't lose any work because Mercy Hospital picked him up, and he's now the chief financial officer for Mercy Hospital. But this is the way the LePage operation is going. So you get department heads in the state, bureaucrats who have worked there for years, people who are dependent upon for information, and like the lady said, they're afraid of their job, they're not saying it. And that's one of the difficult things. So I'm glad to say that, and let me say one other thing. I've been a Democrat all my life. I grew up in the labor movement. I worked for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers for 24 years. I had the title of international representative. I came from Massachusetts. I'm from away, as I say. I came from Massachusetts in 1992, and I became a neighbor of Neil's. I lived down the street from not too far. And in any case, I got into this thing here. After I retired, I had to do something with it because all of my life I've been traveling around doing union organizing and negotiations and all that stuff. And when that came to a sudden stop, I said, I got to find something else to do. So I became involved with the Maine Council of Senior Citizens. I've been on the Advisory Council for Health Systems Development. I'm the consumer advocate on that council. I've been there since it started. It started in 2006, I think. It was the first time we started. And so I've been on that council. That council involves doctors, hospital administrators, and people in the healthcare industry. And we have two consumer advocates, myself and the fellow who's in charge of the tobacco group, the one group here in Maine. So it's all professional people. We try to be, no, I wouldn't say bipartisan. We're not partisan at all in our decisions, but there are certainly Democrats, an awful lot of Democrats on the group. And all of our work that we're being done, or trying to do, is now being challenged by an administration, a group of people who they just want to destroy something. They don't need it. Why do you want to repeal something that's going to give you the tools that make health care better? It may not be the greatest thing that Congress ever did, but certainly it's something we could we can start to work with and make sure that we can lower our healthcare costs and make sure that everybody in the country has a health insurance. So, you know, this is why it's important to me that we have a people's veto. I'm not particular, you know, a great supporter of people's vetoes per se. I do believe very much in the two-party system. I believe an awful lot in our legislative groups. When you elect a legislator, he's the person who's supposed to represent you and supposed to be able to do the job that you set them there to do. In extreme times, you want to be able to have a people's veto, and I think we are in extreme times. This is something that we have to prepare ourselves for. I think today's meeting is a beginning of an organization to have somebody get together and how to put together people's veto and what we have to do to make it happen. So, thank you very much for having me in.